Alright, so nothing special about this. Just took the old dipstick off. This is the cheap one, generic one you get off Amazon, eBay, anyway, really. I forgot how much this was, maybe 40, 50 bucks, I don't remember. Probably cheaper than that. But one issue I always have with this, number one, you have to cut it down to size, which takes a little time because you may have to get the pan off to do it accurately. If not, you're kind of guesstimating. And even if you see where I cut it, I very much guesstimated it. So yeah, but I never could get this thing to seal. Even with when I had the 2 O-rings on there, because it comes with 2 O-rings for it. And it's just a pain in the ass. It never really seals. So it always was a constant little leak right there, which I don't like. I actually just checked the fluid. I just dipped my finger in a little bit, and the fluid is actually sitting like just above the gasket, which is sort of ideal for the most part. That's where it should be. I think on the hot mark, something like that. But anyway, upgraded to the Lowcar. Pretty expensive. A lot of people say they find these for 90 to 100 bucks. Yeah, right. The cheapest I could find was this one, which was which was 150 or 160. It was a crazy amount for this thing. But they used to be a lot cheaper, so a couple years ago, and so. But this thing shot up, man. But for comparison, I mean, it felt a little bit more sturdy. I like the sealing option. So it comes with this little gasket. I mean, well, yeah, seal if you want to call it that. But most people say they take the seal off, put the seal into the dipstick hole, and then slide the actual dipstick into the seal. So I'm gonna see how that go. Also comes with a little fill funnel. These ones come with it too, but again, these things is just, I don't know. The Lowcar one kind of takes out some of the guessing work. See, it has a low mark and a full mark, so about full is where I want to be. Guess how much fluid I actually got in it though. I know I'm a little bit over full, but with these transmissions, you'd rather be over full than too little. So yeah, I'm gonna get this off and I'm gonna check and see what's going on. Also, I was getting some weird interference with I was getting some weird ass interference when I was taking this off. As I'm taking it off, I'm getting a little bit of like connection, like almost like a little slight ground out. I can't understand how. I'm thinking the metal itself is interfering, or I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. It didn't look like a crazy amount of connection, but some type of weird interference. I don't know how. I'm gonna figure that one out though. But it was just on the firewall. I see it touching. I'm just like, what the hell? How is that even possible? So I don't know. Gotta keep my eyes on that. So my take on the Lowcar dipstick so far. Number one, seated with relatively ease. Definitely was pretty simple. What I did was I put the gasket in, but I took my finger and I put a little bit of trans fluid right around the stem of the dipstick, and then I that's when I pressed it into the seal or gasket, whatever you want to call that, and that seemed to work for me. So right now I gotta monitor it. I do expect a little bit to weep out from by the spout, because remember, the transmission is overfilled a little, so I expect it to weep out. But anyway, got it on. I bolted it back by the firewall. I checked for the connections again. I'm not seeing any grounding or interference, so I mean, it's weird. I touched it a couple times, touched a couple different areas to see if I could get something, but I got nothing. So I'll just keep an eye out on it. I also keep a fire extinguisher in my car, so I mean, you know, that's that. So what I'm gonna do is I wiped everything down right here, because this is where obviously the fluid was seeping from. So I wiped it down a little bit. I need to wipe that right there. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll just monitor it. I'll clean the ground up a little bit. And this is all that came out when I pulled the old dipstick out. So it wasn't overfilled much, but like I said, it is about right there. So whatever. Yeah. Another thing I want to do, I want to test. I want to take these off and test it. I want to test this thermostat or temp switch or whatever you want to call it to see if it's doing its job. I should have bought my lighter. I meant to bring my lighter so I could test it. You know, turn all the key accessories on and then just put a flame, take it out and then put a flame to the end of it. And it should kick on at around, I don't know, 180 degrees, 200 degrees, whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's a 180 degree switch. So yeah, I want to make sure I got that right because I'm not sure if I got this, I'm not really sure if I got this relay switch connected correctly. I know I sound like a dumbass, but when it comes to relays, I'm not good. I gotta like watch a dummy video at least 10 times and follow it to the T. But I don't know, from what I got, from what I remember, I think you ground one end of the fan, you ground one end of the switch, and then one goes to the switched power, and then one goes to constant power. I can't remember, but I'm gonna see if I got that right. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show y'all. I'm gonna start putting the rear end together, but I'm not gonna film too much of that. I mean, I'm gonna film it, but once again, y'all be safe. Get to it, do what y'all can. Whatever you can do, just make sure it's something, you know. A little bit of progress is some type of progress. I always say it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all be safe out there. So indeed, it is working. It is working. Tested it with the lighter. Popped on. It's working. All right, let me seal this back up because I'm losing some fluid. 4 9-inch in the house. Narrow 1-inch on each side. Internal gusseting. Non-back brace. Jack pad. Fill tube. Yeah. Axles, 35 spline. Three by half-inch stars. Spherical bushings. Just got done cleaning it up. 370 gearing for it. Have to get that on there now. Got a little noise from my uncle detailing the car right now, but so right now I'm putting the 9-inch together, pulling in the bolts for the housing. I'm sorry, for the center section. Yeah, the housing bolts for the center section. Try to refrain from using a gun. It generates a lot of heat on the bolt, and you don't want too much. You don't want to stress it out too much. That's the center section right here, 370 gear. Yeah, comes in the bucket, so just be mindful. You're gonna have to wipe off some plastic shavings. No big deal, but it's ready to go. Geared up already, full spool. You know, so I'm gonna get the rest of these remaining bolts in here. What I do is take off, and I've seen a couple other people do this too. Take off the nylon nut from the housing bolts, and take one of the bolts from the T-bolt. Take one of the nuts from the T-bolts and use those because they're standard and they don't have any nylon. So you could, you know, torque on them. Don't have to worry about backing them off a bunch of times, messing up the nylon in there. So, yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get these axles slid in, and that'll be that. I'm good for now. Got it all in. Minus axles, brakes, and everything, but pull those studs in clearly. Got the housing on. Got it on a little bit, tapped it with the mallet, a little bit with a rag wrapped around it. And once I got a couple bolts in, I pulled them in one by one, hand tight. Then I went back around, torqued it 30 foot-pounds. So yeah, that's it. This thing is heavy, man. All right, so for now, sitting there at my house, no paint on it yet. I just wanted to put it together, do all the hard stuff. In my opinion, the hardest thing about this is just pulling the studs up, the housing for the center section. And that's it. That's the hardest part. Everything else should be smooth from here. Got both axles right here, just kicking it. Because again, I'm not gonna throw these on until I'm ready to actually throw it up under the car. And I don't have the time right now. So I just let it sit up in the house and chill out for a second. Very beefy housing though, very beefy. Nice, man. I'm gonna throw some, probably do flat black for the rear. I think that'd be really nice. Let me look up under the car. I got the coilover set up for this. Viking coilovers, but I'm not gonna put them on just yet because I don't really trust myself to weld the I've been doing my research, but I don't know if I trust myself to weld on the brackets and whatnot. And then plus I may be getting rid of these perches. Well, I know I'm gonna get rid of them eventually, but I think I'm gonna let the pros do that. So for now, I'm gonna put my stock style suspension back on. That's on my car currently. I'm gonna throw the springs, the KYB shocks and stuff back on this and rock out with it. And I do have also, I got some, why can't I think right now? I got double adjustable uppers and lowers control arms for this. So yeah, it's gonna be real nice. Real nice. I wish I had time to paint it. I wouldn't have mind painting it, but I'll get back to that. Spherical bushings. Very nice piece, man. Yeah, Quick Performance is definitely the way to go. I mean, there's a bunch of other companies too, so I'm not being biased. You know, I don't, this is no sponsorship. This is clearly all out of my money. So, I mean, I wish, but nah.